Funds zoning hearing board meeting for October 28th. Now call the meeting to order here at 5:35. Yours. First agenda. First agenda item is an area variance on 12 Vanette Street. And I don't know if we have anybody to come to speak to that.
Oh, not speak to it. I'm the requester.
Oh, you're gonna, it's a sign for, on the property that I think is slot there.
A sign actually attached to
To
the
the
front
house,
of
yeah.
the house,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
I thought that might be less intrusive for the
Okay.
neighborhood than having it in the middle of the lawn.
you're right. I asked Roy a couple questions as well, but this will be an opening of the public hearing, and anybody else is free to, when we're done with you, be able to speak to it. I have a question for you that I had from earlier. Is it, you're operating the CPA business in the house?
That is correct.
Okay,
She's been granted a special use permit for home occupation.
for home occupation, okay, that's good that we went through that.
Isn't this near the property that we just,
Right next door.
Right,
that property we just purchased?
Speak up there.
yeah, we merged
You,
parcels.
you didn't merge it yet. Home apart.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Opposite. All right. Yeah, what was that one right there? Okay. Good, Roy, do you have anything else to add to it? I've seen
No,
everything.
she does.
Pretty.
So obviously, wall signs aren't allowed in the residential district. So that's why Mrs. Rathburn is here for
Yeah.
a use variance.
Gotcha. All right, anybody else to see this, to talk on this particular agenda item? Seeing none, I'm looking for a motion to close the public hearing. Motion's been made to close the public hearing, look for a second.
Second.
Second has been made, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, Yvonne gave us a hard copy for questions. And I'll start going through the list of questions. The following tasks will be considered by the zoning board of appeals to determine whether the variance in weighing the granting or denial of the area variance request. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. I think, going through this process of, home occupation, is something that we want to have people do. We have it in the city. It's a good, very use of the property. I don't think it detracts from anything like anybody else. And note that I believe, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. I agree, no on that one as well. What she did is the exact way we want things to happen is by applying for a home occupation permit. Whether the requested area variance is substantial. I think that it's pretty small compared to the facade of the house. It's not anything permanent, certainly. So I'm gonna go with no on that one, so hear anything contrary, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical, environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Again, I think that's going to be adverse effect in any way. So I'm going to add no to that as well. Now, whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. I think in this case it is, yes, it's I think that, the home occupation certainly is something that is going to be a trend, in our times, I think, but, again, the applicant went through the process, any other comments that after the board here? I'm gonna go yes on that one, Andy, so we have 4 no's, yes. Good, I will. Entertain the motion on 12 and unless anybody has any other questions they want something to discuss. Agenda item number 1, we have a motion made and looking for a second.
I'm sorry.
Second has been made, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion has been approved, and you'll have something there for the Andy will get you to.
I'll bring this over for you to sign.
We'll move on to agenda item number 2. An area variance for 146 Clinton Avenue. This is a tabled agenda item from last month, and invite anybody who. Yeah, in the back there, you're gonna come back. Thanks for coming back down again. Roy has told us in that you're gonna lower the sign, pole sign, and looks, that was a good move for you, considering the neighborhood there and other considerations. The lighting is changing again, so that's a good positive thing. It's,
Shut up.
yeah.
Alright.
The one thing I just would remind us from last week is that the city and county are separately, but connected somehow, going through rewriting their comprehensive plans. And just to put you on here, I think what you're doing is good for, the future. I really doubt that anybody's gonna tell us, we need to have more pole signs.
Yeah.
I think the trend is gonna be that we wanna get things down lower, it's the main entrance to the city, and so not being a planner, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it probably is gonna be something along the lines of lowering signage and some continuity in terms of lighting, intensity, and things like that. So I'm gonna, if we prove it, I'd like to condition it upon that you are aware that the city's comprehensive plan may require altering some design features, size, whatever, and that'd be the only comment I would make. Does anybody else have any questions for the applicant?
No,
Well, again, thanks for coming back down. And if anybody else has any comments or questions about it, we'll be entertain that, but seeing none. I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Thanks for.
Make the motion.
Motion's been made to close the public hearing. All, I need a second for that. Second has been made, and all in favor signify by saying aye.
You wanna go through the questions?
Well, close the public hearing now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, even though we kind of did in fact.
No, we didn't do it.
We just paid, so
We did, yeah.
Go through it, yeah. So, the public, hearing closed, I'm gonna go through the questions. Following test will be considered by the zoning board of appeals to determine whether the variance can weighing the granting or denial of the area variance request. Number 1, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. I don't believe so, and I think that they were very accommodating in our concerns about pole signs, particularly at the entrance to the city, main entrance, which we've done a lot of work on. And so I'm gonna say no on that one. If anybody else has any questions on that, or whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. With the multiple other situations there on that property, I think this is the best solution, and again, the applicant was accommodating.
Questions, comments on that? How do we feel about the visibility? Kind of of that solid sign being that close to where you pull out.
Is that a traffic, is that something that would have to go to, like, well, police or?
That, it's setting,
It's setting back if
it's setting back, I think, right, going far enough where.
where it's not a concern. I
yeah.
think that measurement wants to be looked at, because it kind of looks like it's only like 3 feet off the sidewalk.
Off the sidewalk, yeah.
But if that's far enough from the street.
It has to be at least 4 feet off the wall for visibility.
Yeah, like we do with fencing and all of this here says 5 feet sidewalk. Yeah.
So I think that we might want to look at that. Because the existing one, right, you kind of see underneath it.
Yeah.
And this one, we're lowering it down, but now we're also creating a wall.
Yeah, we're,
Can't really see.
that's one of the two, elements of the code that we're.
And there's just kind of like a safety concern,
Yeah.
like a car pulling.
Yeah.
Trying to pull out, can it see far enough for one person, can see a person on the sidewalk?
Good question, that's what the distance is between the sign and the driveway pulling up.
Yeah.
See you, it's not there.
If it's something on the sketch,
Do you know the dimension that sign is to like the driveways or anything?
probably.
Right here. No, yeah, it's from one. That's the one that we just left, yeah. Yeah,
I have it at 3 feet 9 from the cabinet. To the sidewalk. I'm gonna make it 5 feet. 5 feet.
So you're gonna bring it back, but
Yeah, so because we can't
Oh,
use
so
where the
that-
existing poles are, so we have to find that.
I messed up, so they are bringing it 5 feet off the wall.
Yeah,
Okay,
off the
So
sidewalk.
you can get away from that bottom one, it's just the square footage that you get the variance from.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not sure.
Thank you.
Uh,
So ignore the bottom one,
so we're only, you know, concerned
you're only concerned with the square footage.
300B, 2. The square footage. And it's in a, it's in an area where many other signs, other national business signs and what have you,
already there,
it is their logo, it's their approved logo.
but it's already
Yeah,
there.
it's over there.
You're just lowering it,
Yeah.
make it a little bit more fancier.
We're and having, you know. In provided it's approved, I'd like to add that condition, they recognize that the city or county. Reading the comments plan that should that. Sign be out of.
I'm not an attorney, but I wouldn't do that without talking to you.
Okay.
I just,
Fully that.
Yeah.
That, I think that works in our favor anyway, so I think that's a good idea.
And even under the comprehensive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very true. Anybody else have any questions or anything like that about that? So go through these again. I think I was on question number 1. Where undesirable changes we produce the character of neighborhood or detriment creating by granting, and I think they agreed to work with us on height. And then having it now become under the appropriate part of ground signs in terms of our zoning code. So I'm gonna do no on that, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. No, this is the only. Do that, no on that one. Whether the requested area variance. I don't think that, I think. Given the other 2 items, if it had to be reconciled with those with number 1 and 3, which it no longer is, then it's then I think it would, but it's met this minimum setback, and so we're only talking about the square footage, and I don't think it's that big, much different, where it is, that's my. So, we'll know on that one as well, Andy, and whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood district. No, it's a pretty typical, vernacular, general business district, sign and design. Whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. Again, I think that's a yes on that. These are, kinds of things that could happen, different owners, different businesses that go in there, so, this certainly is something that a businessman, accepts when he purchases property, looks to redevelop or re-characterize it. So I think we're having, we have 4 no's and a yes again, Andy. I think, heeding Roy's advice, I'll make the motion and have it just be to, you can number that again. I'm gonna move to approve the, variance request on 146 Clinton Avenue. And look for a second on that.
I'll second.
Second has been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion is carried. And you'll have, Andy, again, will have something for you up here.
We'll mail something.
Yeah, here's
Send you something.
Agenda item number 3 is, a area variance request, I think. On, 128 Main Street. There we go. Area variance request, do we have, the applicant here to speak to that at all? Yes. Right. I knew that. We did, Steve, if you want to come up and, we have any questions for you. It's
Still up there.
still on.
Yes. Is it still open?
What's that?
Is it still open?
No.
Okay, so were you gonna turn it into a restaurant or?
Yes.
Okay. You new owner?
Yes.
No.
After you, and maybe if you purchased it, is it conditioned on anything that was from the previous ownership? Is it, the reason I'm asking, we don't know,
Preferably the alcohol part.
yeah,
As far as like, I mean, there's nothing against, like,
I think it's,
the state didn't put anything against the building.
okay,
there you go. I think it's because of the time.
okay. Yeah.
Right, but, I mean, ultimately, it's a completely, like, not looking to do a club or anything like that,
Right.
it's just there's actually, it's a different license altogether.
Yeah, perfect. That's good. Anybody else have any questions after looking this over? We've had a. Say one of the apartment buildings in the back there. Something. And
Was it them or was it or was it from the people that own the former clock tower? Yeah, that's further away from his area, I think. You got another parcel in front, next to you before
Yeah.
what's that? The old clock tower building, the corner building.
Yeah.
Fine, that central business, there's no required parking.
Yeah, I own that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you own that one too?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That makes it easier.
Everything on the other side, so,
Oh, on the other side of the.
yeah, I own. from,
Yep.
William Street to, Fort Watson.
Okay, gotcha. So the kit was,
How big's the kitchen?
Yeah, it didn't have much of the kitchen.
That,
before.
that's the whole,
Yeah,
uh,
it's more of a bar.
that's the whole point of
Yeah.
what we're. Just to basically maintain the kitchen area.
There's actually a brand new kitchen in there that's probably never been used, but it's just tiny.
It's
Yeah.
never been, yeah,
So there's, not really, that's the only, yeah, you,
10 buffer is the.
okay.
And try to the R4 behind it.
Part of part of the lot.
Let's see it.
We wouldn't really wouldn't be changing anything as far as, you know, protruding closer to the neighboring property, which. I mean.
Yeah, it's just like anything else we do, it's pre-existing non-conforming, we're just trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple. It's fine. It's good. Anybody else have any questions? Okay.
So how close to the existing property line will the addition be?
It's the same, it won't change.
It's just, it's.
There's the two buildings, there, like where it comes out on both ends.
Yeah.
All we'll be doing is basically taking the roof off, putting. And
Making it one building instead of two.
filling in what is
In
open
between them?
between the two.
Yeah, good.
Maximizing space.
Yeah, limited amount of space, but good, all right. And as Roy was mentioned, there's not a requirement for parking, in that area, so, it's,
Very simple.
okay, good, if nobody else has any questions, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
The only other issue is, we've had some issues in downtown that doesn't meet the minimum height requirements.
Oh, inside, I mean,
Outside of the building, it doesn't meet the minimum height requirements for the building. And that's, but
yeah,
Yeah.
those are the two, I believe the only two you're looking at
Yeah.
are the building height and the 10-foot buffers.
Yeah.
You're not gonna ask me to build, second floor.
no.
Yeah,
Maybe when the lid falls off.
it's been there for a long time, it used to be the wood
What's
tree.
the height of that new building gonna be? Hard to say.
It's the same height as the.
No,
City limit.
no changes to the,
Well, I mean,
to the.
Oh, these were. Andy's in my era.
there's a new roof on it, so obviously, you know, if they're gonna match it or what.
Yeah, I think that is.
I think we're on.
Good. All right, I'll return on, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion.
Motion's been made. I will second, and, we will,
Yeah, you
All
can see
favor.
the new one will be a little bit higher, so that maybe that will help. Down this section here, you can see the new roof will be a little bit higher.
Well, maximum building. Footprint too, I'm sorry.
yeah. Motion's on the floor, and seconded to close the public hearing, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, go through our questions. The following tests will be considered by the zoning board of appeals to determine whether variance in weighing, granting or denial of the area variance request. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby property will be created by the granting of the area variance. No, on that one is clear. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. No, this is the best method to do. Whether the requested area variance is substantial,
What is so what's the existing building footprint and what's it gonna be to the new and what's the percentage? Kind of, for allowing building footprint? Do you have those numbers on here?
Like, what are we gonna gain by?
So, okay, so the building footprint exceeds 5,000, it's existing, so it's going to be 5,900, so you're only like 900 over.
No, I think if you look at the way I measured it, that 5,000 included the addition.
Yeah, you have this building, right, this little highlight, you have it as
So look at the,
5,900.
so I included that
Right,
5,000.
so the new will be 5,900.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is over like 900 feet, square feet. Okay, got it.
18%. Anyways, back to the.
Yeah, so I would say 900 foot,
Yeah.
it's minor.
That's not good. So again, whether requested area variance is substantial, that's a call on that as well. Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect on physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood district, no, it'd be great to have a restaurant there that is, doesn't do most of its business after 2 AM. And then lastly, whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board that shall not necessarily include the granting of the area variance. I'm almost inclined to say no on this. We don't, because it's, adaptively we're using a building, although it's keeping it in the same place sometimes. It does, overlap, and he's correcting pre-existing zoning issues, so I'm open to what you guys think too, so certainly, yeah. I think there is, I can answer yes on that one, I will get back to that, otherwise I'm kind of thinking this one is one where you would say no to that, but it's not something that was, raised. Making significant changes to the plan sheet. Something different. I'm gonna say no on that, Andy, so 5 no's.
Okay.
If anybody else have any questions amongst us or Roy, the applicant for that matter? See, I would entertain a motion on the application. Well, we can check it out.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Motion has been made to, motion has been made to approve the area variance as submitted for the applicant for 1.8 Main.
Yep.
8 Main. I apologize for that, our voice. Motion been made, do I have a second?
Yeah.
Second has been made, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Application motion has been approved. Yes, get the Randy.
You'll have to get this up. Couple of days.
Okay. Anything.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Good luck with it.
Thank you. We'll see you we'll see you next week. You have something to sign next week too, so. Okay. Right. Thank you. That's all right. You can sign it next week. Andy, you can sign it next week. You're up then. You guys up here now.
You do too. Thanks a lot. All right, Andy has provided us with the hard copy of the minutes and we'll send some of us electronically save. I looked them over real quick. I want to quick thing, Andy.
Yeah.
Front summary, should that be tabled? For 146 Clinton?
B.
Yeah, we table, I mean, this is just your front page summary. We had approved, but we actually tabled that.
Oh.
And then.
Yeah.
You did James Street too, yeah,
19 James Street.
James Street,
Yeah.
Which one was that?
I don't see it in here, but I just.
did we
In here.
might have denied that, did we?
But I don't see it in the.
Yeah, 19 James Street. Or there's that.
Yeah, so 19 James Street,
We denied that.
we denied it, but I left it out. I guess maybe I was in the,
Table.
We,
In the write-up, you got his table, it's just not on the front two pages.
It was.
yeah, so. So the front page is just whether it was approved or denied.
denied table.
So the ones that are tabled shouldn't be there, but, looks like I've made some mistakes in that, like, Clinton Ave, is that one in there?
Yeah, 146.
Yeah.
How about I take another crack at this and?
We could do it next week, next month, yeah. Next week, we don't have a special meeting just for that, just to.
I'll check that. Those areas.
All right.
I had a lot of like.
The other thing,
Thirty-six
Third wheeler.
Oh, yeah, that was 8 o'clock.
We didn't approve the thirty-six wheeler, the add-on garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we should table that.
Yeah.
Figure out some.
Yes.
Yeah, we obviously, he's great too, because we didn't approve Wheeler.
Wheeler?
Yeah, we tabled that.
Yeah.
Was there nobody here for that one? Everybody wanted-
We tabled it because we had to try to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
For what?
32 wheeler.
36 wheelers.
36 wheeler.
36.
Okay, so
That passed that.
No, you did send
No, we
that
didn't.
house, you send those, yeah, so we did not pass that.
Table that.
yeah,
Believe
We tabled it to ask for more.
Yep.
information.
Yep.
and the applicant was here.
Both were the
Yeah.
applicant and the
Yeah.
neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor, that was the one where it was a little,
That was James.
it
Well,
was interesting.
no, James was there.
That was the one they were yelling at each other.
And
Yeah.
Roy, and Roy.
That's right, that's right.
Oh, wait, what one was that one?
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
James.
That was James.
We were, but I seem.
we're still emotional over.
Can I read that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, 36 wheeler.
All right.
Who's the applicant?
Well, I'll go back to,
Scott Buchanan.
I'll go to the video replay.
Yes, do that tonight. Just sit there and have your evening. Go from there. Good. Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you, I'm sorry, I didn't remember much about that. I thought it was James was the one that was the more controversial one. So I think what we'll just.
I'll review,
Yeah, without,
double check and send it out.
Yeah. So we'll just, agree to,
Sounds good.
a few minutes from tonight's meeting and next week.
You sent an email.
All right, well, I think we can, take a motion to adjourn.
Sounds good.
We have anything else pending, do we, Andy? So.
No.
Motion's been made.
That's-
Second is right next.
We go.
Yeah.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
You don't need a second.
It does not need a second.
Oh, that's right.